I'd like to take you through a journey through some of the new and exciting things that we're doing in ByondXR and how it transformed the e-commerce world and where it's going to take us. Tune in. So, on a nutshell, we are a software company. Beyond has set up and built an e-commerce platform, which is immersive. Immersive means that it allows brands and retailers to create something very visual, very engaging, 3D, augmented reality, virtual reality, that encapsulates the brand and shows it in new, very exciting ways, and allows you to interact and to present personalized dynamic experiences. I'll show you in a second how, but in a nutshell, what it gives the brands and retailers a really new way to tell their story and to interact with the customers. Why are we doing that? In a nutshell, the online shopping and the e-commerce world has been more or less the same in the past 20 years in terms of the experience. Consumers, we know and we see that more and more, at least in the website and experiences they can really enjoy and have and interact with brands, not just like go to a shopping catalog and try it out and, touch the screens, but really, really experience something different. They want to connect with the brands. We see that more and more, especially with the Gen Z and the millennials, but not only them. COVID made us locked up at homes and going out to shopping malls and to experience the actual retailers became something different. So the whole point of interacting with the brand became something which is much more than just, okay, let's see a catalog, let's browse 2 seconds and decide what I want to buy. So the world is changing and going towards more experience-based shopping. Here we come into the play. We built something that was way before the corona, but it's greatly accelerated, a commerce platform which interacts and it sits on top of regular commerce platforms like Shopify, Salesforce, Magento, and the others. But it augments it. It adds another layer of visual interaction, visual, real-time dynamic interaction with end customers. It goes both in apparel, showrooms where you present your brands, in stores, and actually in home decor where you actually need to visualize your house and see exactly what you're going to buy. I'll drill into those examples to show you exactly how. Just as a nutshell and showing off, this is not something which is working only in innovation in some remote brands. This is something which is already being adopted by biggest brands out there, starting to more and more, but all of them have reached the conclusion that the end consumers want more than just regular websites to shop through. So we see huge brands like Coca-Cola, Deleuze, Procter & Gamble, Mitsubishi, L'Oreal, and more are transforming the way that they are interacting with their customers. Don't worry, I'm going to show some very live samples. In this video, I'll brief through some of the samples. The first product lines that we are working with many big customers are the virtual stores, where we create with the customer a very engaging, dynamic space. Can be fantastic or real with avatars. It can imitate something physical or it can be completely new. It includes all the products in 3D. You can stroll around. You can actually shop. That's the most important thing. You shop eventually. You see the products in new ways you haven't seen before. You have media galleries. You can learn things. You can interact with the brand. You can have games. You can have gamified experiences and challenges that takes you and trying to increase your knowledge and challenge you to do new things. So it's much more than a regular shopping experience. In the visual area, there is the whole concept of seeing in a photorealistic environment your room or a room, a showroom in 3D, customizing it, changing the carpet, changing the flooring, changing the tiles, and eventually making the choices of what you want to buy, where you can really, really take a good impression of the actual products. So it can be indoors, outdoors, furniture, tiling. You can see it in their room. You can see it in your room as an augmented reality. This really, really augments the whole user journey and allows you to get more confident on the brand and the product that you wish to buy. Here you can see an outdoor, which you can see both at night, how the pool looks at nightfall and during the day. The last vertical of products that we have is showrooms for fashion, where think about it, how you sell a complete collection and merchandise it and create a store, either for a collection or for presentation, for marketing, or for showing internally that you want to align everyone. So you can build in models there, you can build how a collection, everything looks together, you can build it in augmented reality next to you. Everything is 3D, everything is interactable, everything is dynamic. There's, especially after COVID, when you couldn't travel, there's a lot of showrooms that are banned from you to get there. The whole point is you can now go to showrooms and see them from afar. Now, the beauty of it, everything that I showed you, that it actually works. It's not just a pretty face. It works. We're seeing with very big customers, amazing KPIs, starting from the ability to get to new crowds, younger shopping age. Younger shopping age is one of the dearest things to brands when they want to attract the millennials and the Gen Z and all those buying powers. So getting to newer crowds, getting more customers, getting more engagement, brand remembrance is huge. It leads to higher subscription and higher lead generation, and of course, eventually also to increase sales. So the whole point is when you're experiencing something, you get more attached to it. You get more attached to it, you usually want to buy more, or either immediately or later on. So in the overall user journey, we see that this really brings up a lot of the KPIs all across the journey from the very, very beginning up to the end and up to a few months after that. And it really ties in to the strategy where strengthening the e-commerce together with everything that they're doing digital makes very much sense. I want to drill into a few samples, and by those samples show you where we think the future is going, and we already feel it very strongly. I'd like to share that with you. All are real published experiences in stores that we've done recently, and I'll show a glimpse of it. One very interesting store we did recently was for Armani fragrance. It was a dual launch that was done physically in Germany in a very big square there. The pop-up looks exactly like this, or at least it started looking exactly like that. Our team helped them create a virtual version of that copy, and that was one of the first digital launches of a store that L'Oreal did. It went very successful, and the combination is very unique because when you're there, you can scan a QR code and go to the virtual space. On the virtual space, you can get coupons to get to the physical space. Every space is a bit different. Here, for example, you see a selfie booth that exists on the physical space, but on the virtual, it's a bit different. And when you're actually there, you have similar games, but a bit different. So the whole point of the experience that they are augmenting each other, and they allow the customer here. This is, for example, a game, a memory wall game. They allow the customers to really interact and to connect with the brand way, way better. It's yielded amazing results. Sometimes for crowds like more than 10 minutes being in the virtual experience, which is like infinite time in e-commerce when you're looking at it. And where this is going, some of the things I can tell this is going to is getting more augmented reality and adding incrementing, so you be able to get to the store remotely and get some tasks we're working on now, more tasks that you can get while you're remote. This is going towards a very, very combined world between the physical and the digital. Yep, someone said the metaverse. Yes, it's the beginning of metaverse-like experiences where there are physical spaces being imitated in the virtual world with correlation. Another very interesting example is the Lancer skincare. Lancer is the doctor and the skincare doctor of all the celebrities, all the Kim Kardashians of the world, and is in LA, of course, with their drive. So we recreated in complete the clinic that he has, which is supposed to be a very well-known signature clinic. So we imitated that, to the very fine detail, but added that as a store where you can actually buy. You see the PDPs here. You can actually buy stuff there. You can buy all of these things. You can have skin consultation. We're encapsulating the knowledge that Dr. Lancer has, of course, with the goal of selling. But this like a skin questionnaire that they developed there that we're allowing to embed inside. And here you can see videos. The virtual world show videos of the actual physical world. Everything is getting fused together, virtual and physical. This is truly also another step into the metaverse where places or important places or brand places are being recreated in the virtual world. They're starting to get a life of their own. Now it's with avatars as flat avatars, but soon later on in next steps are real animated avatars and more some of the interesting perks and features that the metaverse is about to have. The last example is from completely different domain, and that's a whole new approach for direct to consumer, which is Lacta, one of the very sweet brands in Mondelez. Just launched last week a new chocolate store in Brazil. Lacta D2C strategy is not that strong. It's usually being sold in other locations. They wanted to recreate their D2C channels, and they wanted to enforce it, and they wanted to create new presence, like a very unique chocolatier experience, which you can't find in the supermarkets. Like that, they have now their own space, they can really come into life, all their own brand messages and brand experiences, and everything that is very unique with the brand. This is a seasonal thing down for Christmas. It's going to get updated later on for Easter. Every season or every specific thing, occasion can be updated easily in the platform, and it allows to attract more people. The engagement is soaring high, way more than the regular site. Again, we're not replacing it, we're augmenting it. But also here, it shows that you can do this and create a DTC strategy like that almost to any brand. Any brand you can highlight and create a very specific distinction with these kind of tool sets. So that's basically it. Those are some of the examples, many more, but time is almost up. A short recap where this is going. The future is going to be very interesting. More experiences, not just enjoy from finishing it in 4 seconds. More avatar, more personalization, more phygital, and very unique experiences that allows you to connect to the physical and the digital. NFT, as a short presentation, not enough time to talk about NFT, but NFT and the fact that you can own digital assets is also something we're starting to do with our customers, and this is going to be huge, especially when you're presenting in such a way your digital collection. There's also a way for you to shop through that. And it all gets to new form factors, how you can reach, how you can experience those spaces. Today is just regular phones, starting to be also virtual reality headset, and not so far away, also virtual reality. That's it, roughly. Thank you very much.